Hello and welcome to this episode 9 of Fake News. I am Wobbly Bob and this is the finest made up and fabricated news fit to print. All of our news is made locally by artisanal news content creators and curators and is low in fat, high in those other fats that we like better, and is definitely vegan friendly. As long as I don't mind the dead horse we keep flogging with the scripts. Let's do the headlines. Here they come, meatier than a Greg's vegan sausage roll and more gammon coloured than Piers Morgan's cheeks. Top or bottom? Ooh, that was exciting. That was new, wasn't it? Oh, it says on the script that I'm clapping. Clapping? How's that going to Dicks. Sir Philip Green, the boss of the Arcadia Group and the man who oversaw the running of British retailer BHS into the ground, which eventually ended up costing thousands of jobs and ended up with the British taxpayer having to pay millions in lost pension funds. He's a bit of a prick, everybody's realised. Sir Philip, seen here, looking like Molly from Wind in the Willows after a hard night on the lash, has now been revealed to be at the centre of claims of sexual and racial harassment. Really? He seems like such a nice chap as well. Brexit Minister Dominic Raab has been forced to apologise today, but nobody is paying any attention, so they've got no idea why. No idea, not a clue. A middle-class man who wears a gilet is adamant today that he wouldn't be seen dead in anything as working class as a body warmer. He added to anybody that would listen that he's never had a problem with cold arms, which is nice for him, isn't it? A woman in Peterborough has built a massive sculpture consisting solely of 2 words. Doris Knackerhands said that her work was simply huge, if true. A new government health report has said that hands are now considered a better way to measure portion sizes and are using it to explain to people how much food they should really be eating. Using hands as a measurement of food, does that mean we're going to have to eat horses again? No? Horse lasagna? Gary in your office has decided to go on a charm offensive. Sadly, everybody else in the office finds Gary's charm offensive. Do you need to go and see HR again, Gary? You do, don't you? A teenage girl wearing a Ramones t-shirt is perfectly fine, except most people. On the other hand, a large, overweight middle-aged man wearing a Little Mix t-shirt is a bit odd. Neither of them could name any members of the other band. Highways England are thinking of phasing out the signs that say think bike, as after many focus groups and in-depth analysis, it turns out that the words think bike make most people think of your mum. In other traffic news, drivers who continually edge forward, dread traffic lights and then aren't ready to go when they change are amongst the worst people in the world. Somewhere on the scale between Gemma Collins and death. An Amazon delivery has gone terribly wrong today when a woman in Orpington received a delivery of poisonous rainforest tree frogs. Amazon apologised and said they were pleased that the frogs had at least all arrived in good health, because nobody wanted them to croak. An advert for men's razors that asked men not to be such arseholes has really upset some people. Who knew that toxic masculinity gave them such thin skin? Oh, such thin skin! And finally, it's been revealed today that if 2 wrongs really don't make a right, you might as well do it wrong a 3rd time. Can't really hurt, can it? Keep getting things wrong often enough and you'll probably end up on this show. Or a government minister. Satire. That is the end of this episode of Fake News, episode 9. Please like and subscribe to keep up to date with all the things that aren't really happening. It's got to be better than keeping up with the real news, hasn't it? I mean, Christ, on the bike they say good evening every time, then go on to prove on why it isn't. I drink in Starbucks. But Bob, they don't pay any taxes. We can't go in there. Yeah, that's why I go in there, because you whiny wankers aren't in there, are you? Almost like capitalism. Embulism. Why am I at an angle?